Saints Nation, welcome back to CEA Week 3. Game 1 went in favor of UMBC, but Game 2 is going to be heading to Coastline, and maybe Saints want to bounce back, make it a little 1-1 week for CEA, but introducing ourselves once again, it's myself, Colin Seymour Moore, casting with my co-caster, Daniel the Saved One Mena. Daniel, any thoughts on that first game?
My only thought right now is that my hair is looking kind of off, but now that I fixed it, I don't know. Like you saw a lot of potential in both of these squads on both attack and defense. Where it started off the game where the Monty just was not working for the St. Clair squad. Once they swapped it out, they started going 1-1.
Yeah.
Right. It was like, all right, now we're starting to see St. Clair win 2 in a row. Then there was a rehost, and then it just didn't really look like the absolute best scenario for them. But we were talking to Rapid out during the intermission, and he was kind of feeling it. He was kind of feeling himself, feeling a little bit motivated to now finally jump back into game number 2. However, he was feeling a little bit off as well, right? You got to kind of work out those kinks within your squad. So hopefully they can do that coming here into game number 2. But first, before we actually start the match itself, we got to go over the bans.
Oh, yeah, and then, the bans, we saw typical. I expect to see Thatcher get banned again, because if Thatcher doesn't get banned, that's just going to be a whole lot to work with in a hard breach. Maybe not so as important on Coastline. There's not too many places that you can hard breach to enter the map. Blackbeard is a little bit of a smart pick, especially how windowed this map is. I haven't seen Blackbeard banned in quite a long time, so maybe that's a kind of target ban on UMBC, but yeah. Maybe possibly going to see the second one being a hard breach or the Thatcher. It's one of the two.
It's got to come from scrims is what you usually ban these kind of off picks for, right?
Yeah.
When you're playing on Coastline, you're getting just absolutely annihilated by a Blackbeard. You know exactly why. Like you just said, there was so many windows on this map, but we ended up seeing Habana absolutely pop off there in that last game for St. Clair. Take it off the table because it's the one hard breacher that's actually working.
Yeah, and taking out the Habana, if you're holding that billiards room hookah kind of hold, you don't have to worry about the pellets opening up that outside middle kind of reinforced wall. Yeah, that's totally off the table. Because now that Habana's not there, the only person that's able to breach in is a Thermite or a Maverick, which would have to rappel up.
Yeah.
And they're not able to shoot from a distance. So now, the basic defender is going to get banned out, Mira and Echo. And there's not a whole lot to touch on for that because it's Miro and Echo. You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to play against those.
Take out a character that can do damage from across the map. You never want an Echo on the enemy team as well. The Mira here on Coastline can definitely do a whole lot of damage. However, with all of these bans out, Blackbeard, Habana, Mira, and Echo, we'll see what these lineups can now look like as these two squads are now starting to ready up. A little bit of switches also going to be coming through as Mozzie going to go down onto Imagine as well. We've got the Valkyrie for Impact. We also see the Nomad going for Archers. 6 picks are also going to be coming through.
Yeah, and the 6 pick. Going to pick out the Jackal. Jackal's a little bit different. I didn't like the Jackal on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
But I do like the Jackal on Coastline. It's a little bit more open map. A little bit more to kind of touch on for the roamers. But Jaeger going to be 6 picked over onto St. Clair, which is really good. The ADS is going to come into handy, especially on hookah and billiards. It's a really open map, and there's a lot of grenades and flashes that could come in out of nowhere. Rapid, on the break when we were talking to him, I asked him, I said, are you going to treat us to some smoke? And look at that. We were there. They hop on the hookah and billiards right away, and he plays smoke immediately. He's doing it for his fans.
All of the defenses are going to be coming through, and the one thing that I don't want to call William out too much on is that you ended up asking JMBs, hey, why didn't you guys wall off one area on map 1? It was because of William. He didn't end up putting down his barricades. So now you finally get to see him setting up his barricades. He's not gonna forget that.
It was a one-time thing.
Exactly. It happens. Little noobish mistakes, and then finally, once you actually get into the match, you start to see.
It's not even the worst thing I've seen.
No.
No, I saw a Capkin one time not put down a single trap in the round.
I thought you were just going to leave it at that. I saw a Capkin, and that's it.
Yeah, somebody picked Capkin once.
That's not really a good pick. But Our producer Preston could say otherwise, as he loves that pick. But
Well, put your hand down, Preston.
now we're going to see this come through here. Of course, 0-0. Nothing to really introduce too much. UMBC has the possibility of 2-0ing this week, or could be a 1-1. And of course, there is no map number 3, as it is going by a point system. So now we get to see all the droning come out. Of course, Dokubi going to be my favorite operator, not to play, but to watch. So we get to see all of her little shenanigans.
Not a lot of. There's no hard breach, actually, so I
Nope.
can't even say there's not a lot. So there's no hard breach over on UMBC. They're going to be working along to try to find those angles with the soft breach from Buck. Dokubi, you know, her single fire gun, really good from range, so maybe he wants to open up something from the with the soft breach of the skeleton key. But a lot of roam presence with this team right now. They have the Nomad able to watch the flanks with her her kind of blasts, and IQ able to get rid of any gadgets from below while she's below them, and Buck getting the soft breach. Jackal looking for the roamers, and Dokubi. If you get a kill on Dokubi, cameras are yours if you can hack that.
Could be really good and very useful, as Mac now going to get the first kill here of the round. As well, what I was going to touch on is that no one really goes to the courtyard skylight and actually looks down from it, so it could have caught St. Clair off guard, which it didn't, as Mac now going to get a double kill for himself, looking like the star player here of this squad. He's going to hang upside down, as now communication going to say, hey guys, we got to take care of this Mac. We got to take care of the Buck, as he's not going to take any damage so far. It's not the best scenario for you to be in.
Yeah, and one thing that Mech's doing really good is staying out of the sidelines on anything that could be taken. William going to be going down to Aries, so that's 2v5 now. Rapid and Imagine, the veteran players, the only 2 left, so they're looking to clutch this up. Rapid in his normal spot, he's going to be in a 1v5 now, looking to clutch up. Dokubi going to be calling his cell phone. Rapid getting the first pick, Aries going down. Planting the diffuser is going to be Archers. Rapid looking for that player that's on the rappel. Oh, that is going to be it's Mech, who got the first 2 opening kills, and he does get picked off from that player in hallways. It's going to be Dominate getting the last pick onto Rapid. Round 1 going to UMBC right away. And actually, I was a little bit iffy about them not having a hard breach, but they just picked apart St. Clair.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to hard breach, right? You know, there's no real solid walls that they have to get through unless you want to take your whole entire squad in. But again, on Coastline, you're only going through windows.
Yeah,
you don't really need to hard breach those windows, and that's why you just end up picking the Buck, right? Just to try and get open those windows initially, but who knows what ended up happening there in that round. A lot of picks to start off the round itself, and the one positive thing to actually come out of it is that Rapid ended up getting a kill for himself. Maybe that provided a little bit of motivation, a little bit of momentum, but most of the time, you know, when you see the rest of your squad die, it's not really the best.
Maybe a little bit, but I think St. Clair needs a little bit more to kind of bring up their spirits in this match, because 1v5 doesn't feel too good. You bring it back to a 1v4, as they didn't get the flawless round, but 1v4 probably doesn't feel very good for St. Clair. You're talking about a hard breach, not a lot to hard breach, and you are very, very right on that. Is the only 2 places you do usually see hard breach is the bedroom wall when you're planting the diffuser, or the hookah lounge wall when you have a Habana, but Habana's banned, so why you don't really need that. So they're going to be going for the same composition over on UMBC, and the different composition over on St. Clair this time. They have a Valkyrie now, so maybe that Valkyrie can provide a little bit more sightlines, a little bit more information for St. Clair if they can get if they can just watch for players like it's Mech, who's going to be on that repelling on that main window with the Buck. They just can't let them go down 2 kills early again.
They've got to keep morale up. It's the one thing that St. Clair has to do here on this map, is if you try and kind of act discouraged, it's going to result in a very discouraging defeat. But if you can keep your morale up on your squad, maybe you can come back, and that's hopefully what St. Clair's trying to do. JMB, that's his main job here as the coach, is to try and keep morale up. However, there is going to be 1 player roaming here into the front door. The exit terrace is where Aries is going to be, trying to check all around these corners, and is going to get shot from one of these holes. Impact is going to grab the first frag here of the round.
Yeah, sitting in Sunrise. I didn't even see him there, but he did get a good one. There's William is down but not out. Impact's going to be traded out. So this is going to be 3 players up for St. Clair against the 3 players of UMBC. So St. Clair is in an even situation situation right now. They're not down 2, which is in their favor right now. Imagine Agent Tour and Rapid, 3 really important characters. You got the Mozzie, who's still able to roam a little bit. Maestro, who's, I don't know if you actually knew, but I was going to tell you last game that his ACOG was taken out of the game. So now his gun with the sight it literally shoots lasers.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's really good to it's really good to hold on an anchor, especially if you're sitting cool vibes like this. You can just laser some heads across the map. So imagine going to be sitting down into a main lobby in blue bar now. He's going to be just rotating through this hole back and forth, holding that kind of roaming role that he tends to have. And he does get picked up from behind by this player in Sunrise, but he's staying alive for as long as he can. C4s the wall, doesn't connect with any damage. This player is going to be playing that close angle, does not get caught out just yet. He's going to go for the one that rotates from behind him. Agent Tour on the other side of the map does even it out. 2v2. He's going to be continuing to sit onto cool vibes. It looks like he's going to get droned out. 1 minute left, as you pointed out, and it looks like UMBC slowed right on down. They're heading right back to their drones, trying to find out where St. Clair's holding. But honestly, I think Agent Tour is in a perfect position to slow down this push even more.
The only problem that I see coming out of UMBC is that they have a plan and then they reset that plan. And that sometimes can really, really affect your team if you don't have beautiful communication.
Yeah.
Right? So they have the initial plan on the first floor in order to get picks. But then the first thing that they do is they run out of the building and then reset. What are they planning to do here? Hopefully, it's something very impactful, as now Rapid going to be holding his basic spot inside a billiards room. As well, we have the Maestro cam over on Cool Vibes, like you were saying, is a very, very useful position. UMBC end up dropping the diffuser as 10 seconds has now hit the timer. What is going to happen as Dead Pegasus is now going to start planting his own diffuser? Smoke going to go into the corner. A little bit of damage is not going to go down onto the Dokkaebi, as now they're going to reset back into their own areas. Aquarium is where this bomb is planted for the time being, as now we see the Jackal hanging upside down. Only a quarter has gone by, as now they're just waiting for anyone to come by. Rapid running out the window is his only solution, at least in his mind, as now UMBC attackers end up winning round number 2.
Nice quad kill coming out from Dominant Dimwit, as he does dominate this round with a nice quad kill. But I don't know why Rapid jumped out as he did. It was a little bit of a weird situation, but I was going to touch on how I really liked St. Clair's setup, having Rapid in his normal spot and Agent Tour, the fact that he was on Cool Vibes. I was expecting him to push into hookah, because if he could push into hookah and get sightlines down into billiards, it would have been perfect. They wouldn't have to worry about using that smoke to smoke out the other side of the pool table to kind of disrupt that. If he had the sightlines on that, he could have gotten that, gotten the diffuser, the disruption on the diffuser, kind of won out the round, but not a quick enough rotation from Agent Tour and put them in put them on the kind of rotation. They flipped it on the back foot with St. Clair. They couldn't bring it back. So nice second round win for UMBC, and as they clutched up.
Beautiful analysis. Couldn't have said it better myself, Seymour, as now we're going to head into a brand new round. The only thing that I could have added is that the one mistake that Rapid ended up making there is that he threw the smoke bomb and did not hit the place where the diffuser was going down.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very unfortunate scenario, but that's exactly what he was planning for, and I guess his only other option was just to run out. Just try and run out, try and grab a 50-50, even a 75-25 type of run out, where the enemy is basically hanging upside down. Only time that you actually end up winning that is, I don't know, I've never seen it yet. So maybe we'll see it in some sort of. But not yet, as now UMBC 2-0, they're going up here. And this is usually the start that we end up seeing from St. Clair, as well as a lot of teams that gain momentum. Usually round number 3 is the time where it starts to even out a little bit. If St. Clair can get a win here, then hope is not lost. Even if the enemy team, UMBC, end up getting a third point. It's not lost just yet. There's always a time for a comeback, because nerves are always very, very on edge. As now the bomb's going to be on floor 1.
Yeah, and I tend to notice that St. Clair is often, or Coastline, not St. Clair, is often a map that's very kind of like, it's your preference. So you could be very good on defense. You could be very good on attack. But Aries going to be down, but not out by the Valkyrie of Impact. He does go for the frag to end out the Valkyrie, but he's traded off by its mech. So that player, the Aries, is not going to actually go down. He's going to be picked up by his teammates. So its mech doing a really good job to refrag that out, trade out the kill onto Impact. And he got... Yeah, I think he got a little bit too excited to take down that character. Kind of lost, got a little bit tunnel vision onto one player.
Exactly.
And lost focus. Got picked off from Cool Vibes, and now UMBC with an excellent setup in Sunrise.
The only problem there is that he ended up getting the down, and then he didn't immediately rush into the room in order to try and finish off the kill. Right? He got the kill, and then immediately backed off and tried to drone out the area. But the only problem with that is that there was a buck on Cool Vibes.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, definitely not a fun scenario for you to be in. Definitely have to try and secure all of the kills that you can, because if you don't, now you have an alive IQ, which can get out a lot of utility. As now Imagine going to grab a kill for himself onto Archers. Another one of these players that we usually see here on the kill feed doing very, very well. Not going to take any damage as well. As now Imagine, he still has his Nitro Cell, does not have any more pest launchers, but he's still sitting in a very nice situation.
Yeah, and William going to be joining him too, watching for that flank. And he's just going to be sitting inside of the hallways upstairs. Smoke going to be played by Rapid, sitting inside a service entrance. Agent Tour on this side of the map does take out its mech. So kind of the star player of UMBC is down and out into the, waiting for the next match to start. Aries very low on health, watching for Imagine to peek through this upstairs hatch. Imagine playing very passive though, waiting for them to look at him. A little bit of timing going in favor of Imagine there, just barely missing out. 30 seconds left, and that's Dominant Dimwit taking out Imagine upstairs. He's very, very low on health, as you can see in the top corner of your screen. About 10 health left, maybe even 5 on him. And he's just going to be rotating over. 19 seconds left. Diffuser dropped. Agent 2 are going to kill out Dead Pegasus. Now that's a nice frag for St. Clair. William going to take out Dominant Dinwit, but Nomad going to push him back. Aries did take out Rapid for the trade, but Aries is also on 20 health. And he has a dream right now. That dream is to win, but he can't. Defenders win that out, and St. Clair take their first round on Coastline, 1-2. Starting to bring it back. And you said that you wanted to see them win a round. There's a round win. How do you feel about that?
Well, basically... It's expert analysis, of course. But no, seriously, is that when you lose 2 rounds in a row, you go into the state of you've got to try more things. All right, the first 2 strats haven't really worked for yourselves, so now you try and innovate, try a couple of new things. And I love how Imagine ended up staying on that second floor as a little bit of a roamer, and really just caught off a lot of the enemies off guard. Definitely really good coming out from Imagine, as usually when he does end up roaming, I don't know, doesn't really work out for him too much, but there it did.
Yeah, and it's an excellent thing to kind of touch on, is that he could have peaked Aries right away, but he stalled out for long enough that Aries just kind of was on his own at that point. All the other 2 players on UMBC had to push up and kind of flush him out of that room. Well, Aries was just stuck alone down there. St. Clair collapsed on those 2 players that were going to try to flush out Imagine, and they just kind of took over that round. So very nice team play by St. Clair. We like to see the team play come out, because when it does, they are a pretty dominant squad.
Definitely very dominant. Now we got to look at the rest of the St. Clair squad, because we ended up seeing them there in that last round as kind of a squad that was together. They were fully synergized, and it's really good to see that out of our hometown heroes. So hopefully their momentum can now continue into round number 4. But as a new round comes, you have obviously new operator picks. Of course, you got UMBC now taking the Thermite for themselves. So that's a little bit of a hard breach for them. Maybe that's the answer to all of their problems. Maybe it's not. But over on St. Clair, they're now going back to Hookah Billiards. I don't know. They lost the first 2 rounds here on this site. Maybe 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, and if I take a look at my expert analysis sheet here and take a look at what I think St. Clair needs to switch up a little bit.
It's a blank sheet.
I need to. I really want to see their roamers not get a little bit over aggressive in the basement. If they can stall out and kind of make sure that that UMBC has to push them out from the bottom, and they're not just able to push from up top.
Yeah.
I think St. Clair can come out on top, because they didn't do well. They lost both of their rounds trying to hold this bomb site, and hopefully they learn their lesson. 3rd time's a charm. as most people say. So maybe St. Clair will come out on top in this one. But they're going to have quite a little bit of a default setup. As you see, imagine roaming down inside blue bar. You're just going to be sitting there kind of waiting for someone to push in. I like how passive he's playing, but it's Mech already pushing towards Aquarium. He has a lot of pressure in here. There's a player in Hookah. That Aries going to get first kill, but he's going to be traded out by St. Clair. So nice 4-on-4 action right now. It's Mech already right inside of the bomb set. How is he? How is he sitting in here? There's a player inside Cool Vibes completely distracted by the player in Hookah. He does get naded out, and he is down, but not out over sitting on Cool Vibes, and I'm pretty sure it's Mech knows that. Diffuser going to be planted by Dead Pegasus. 1 minute and 20 seconds, and it's Mech getting a kill on William, and honestly, St. Clair totally don't know what they're doing right now.
Imagine tried to roam but didn't catch anybody on first floor, and the main reason for that is because nobody was on the first floor. So now he's got to try and clutch this scenario up. Everyone was trying to repel. Everyone was trying to get into the room itself, and they were not able to do it as it was just so incredibly fast, man. They just got onto that bomb site, planted it, and then reset. You ended up seeing the Jacko really work out here with the Zacog. It's just kind of working for UMBC.
I'm curious to where Rapid was sitting in that, because a minute and 30 into the game, unless he was traded out instantly, so he wasn't able to sit there. But a minute and 30 seconds into the round, or with the left in the round, and UMBC was already on the bomb site with total second floor control. I talked about how the roamers needed to play a little bit more passive and stall out the time, but they played so passive that they didn't even have to go to the first floor. They could just jump on the second floor and take over.
It's never great to play on Hookah Billiards when you've lost 3 in a row, but we're going to be going back there, as this is honestly just a coach's call. At this point, you've got to look over at JM Beast and ask what he is calling here, what he ends up seeing in this squad, as they are just so incredibly confident here on this second floor. Of course, they've got a couple of other bomb sites to choose from, but maybe this is the one that they really want to practice. The only problem is that this is a real game. This is not practice. So maybe it worked in scrims. Maybe you've lost a couple of scrims and seen a comeback happen before, but I have no idea. Just a bunch of question marks are going down in my head, but you got to trust the coach sometimes.
Honestly, if I'm St. Clair, I'm thinking that a nice little 3-3 would feel good.
It would feel great.
A nice 4-2 would even feel good.
Amazing.
But if I'm St. Clair, I do not want to let a 5-1 come out into this half, as that would be
detrimental.
Yeah, couldn't say it better myself, Daniel. Now 5 seconds left until the attack phase comes out, and Nook, you never get to see Nook played, but Nook is being played right now by Aries, and he's going to be hopping on with the FMG9. And honestly, I'm surprised. This might be a comfort pick, playing the Nook, but never in my life do I usually see Nook played competitively.
Here's the problem, is that I love Warden. Warden looks amazing, has an amazing concept and everything. However, it's not a good character, so I don't play it, right? Nook. Can the same thing be said about Nook? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit better than when Warden. but we're heading into this one. I know, Yeti, you're trying to give me analysis. It's fine. Can't hear you. Sorry, Yeti.
They buffed her SMG.
They buffed her SMG?
So I guess Nook's
Maybe
SMG,
I'm the bad analysis.
Nook's SMG got a little bit buffed, a little bit of nice outside information from our director, Yeti. Thank you, sir. Off to the side, but
gave us a heart.
Whoa,
nice
Rapid. But there we go. Aaron, double kill. On to St. Clair, 3v5 now, and he has total site control once again. UMBC, what are you doing? Third triple kill coming out for Aries, looking for the fourth one, pushes up, finds
he's got it, baby.
Looking for the ace, last one, there
he's got
we go. Ace coming out for Aries, as well as a flawless round indeed. And I do not know how he got so comfortable on that second floor.
What?
But he dropped in there, and he took total control from that.
We're talking about how the Nook is not going to work out, and then gets an ace.
Yeah, just forget about what we said.
All of our credibility as casters has gone out the window.
Hey, Yeti, do you want to cast, Yeti? It seems like you know a little bit more than we.
Oh my goodness, that was a throwaway round, and immediately, finally, someone has made the call to get out of Hookah Billiards. Go into first floor kitchen service entrance.
That was a throwaway round indeed.
Yeah.
St. Clair folding on round 5 and going down 4-1. And I said 4-2 would be nice. 3-3 would be nice, but that's out the window right now.
No.
Can't let it go to a 5-1 if you're St. Clair. You have to pull it back. You have to pull it back now. Granted, last time they played Kitchen Bomb Site, they won that round. So maybe St. Clair's looking for this again. Imagine switching over to the dock. Might look for a spawn peak.
You've got to pull out all the strats.
Yeah, but I honestly, if I saw a spawn peak come up for St. Clair, I'd be wondering what their thought process is right now.
I don't know. It's got to be a scenario where you come into a round just full, just do it.
You just got aced.
Just do it.
Now what are you going to do?
Fastest round I've ever seen of R6 in my life. But now we're into a new round, right? Every single point obviously matters, but it's 4-1 is what the ending score is. Impact, we did not see that, buddy. It's all good, though.
Don't worry, sir. I saw it.
He ended up getting out the Valk drone.
Yeah, second time. But it's okay. He picks that one up, and it doesn't get destroyed before, so Aries is going to be continuing on this Nook. And here we go. He's going to be using his ability. Takes out that Valkyrie cam. I saw it last time they played this position. He put the Valkyrie cam in the same place. I don't like where he put that Valkyrie cam. It's too easy to see. Usually you're supposed to be sneaky with them, but not with those ones. So now we're going to see second floor control going to Dominant Dimwit, as he is going to be making sure that Imagine isn't doing the same thing that he did last time.
The 3-speed Jackal just getting into the sights and just going absolutely so incredibly fast. But now the Buck trying to create new holes, new doors for himself. Gonna try and go inside, but the pixels, we get to see those expert pixels on that wall. However, William ends up getting a really nice pick. Now it's Mech, the star player over here on this squad. Gonna try and get a pick here. Gonna throw out a frag, but not gonna get any kills so far. William being taken out. 3-4 now is what we end up seeing here. St. Clair, we gotta wait for Imagine, Agent, and Rapid. What do they want to do here? And so far, their plan is just to play very, very defensive. That wasn't good. That's not what you want to see. It's Mac ends up getting a double kill overall, but a kill onto Imagine, a headshot onto Imagine to be a little bit more specific. The black eyes coming out from Rapid. Where is he trying to look here? Agent Turner. I don't know what's going on here.
He's just holding inside Kitchen. He's just doing his best to hold down onto the bomb site. Smoke being played by Rapid. Going to throw his first gas grenade out into the bathrooms and kind of stall out some time. So he's going to be just continuing to shoot to the soft wall, and he does see that player, so he's going to be shooting him. But what is Nook doing? He's just ripping apart St. Clair, and that is going to be round 6 to UMBC. And that, I didn't want to see a 5-1, but here we go. We see a 5-1, and now it is time to switch sides. Hopefully St. Clair on their attack can do a little bit better than last time.
The one thing that we were talking to Rapid about in the halftime was that he's not comfortable on the setup. And you saw it right there, right? He shot a hole through the wall to his left. He saw the player. He was tracking him perfectly, but could not get the shot off. And I don't know what happened other than maybe just being uncomfortable.
Honestly, watching St. Clair hold that bomb site, it kind of hurt my head a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think they knew what they were doing. They seemed very, very spread out, and it's off of the back of the disruption from that ace. Honestly, Aries single-handedly just ripped apart the morale of this team, and he just pushed in like he owned this house that Coastline is.
The problem is that just like so many other video games out there, the game is not over until you see the defeat on your screen.
Yeah.
Right? So I've got to create that storyline where St. Clair come back and just win 6 in a row.
It's not over until Mike sings.
I don't want to hear that.
And he never sings, so
I don't wanna
it's
hear
not
that.
over yet.
Yeah.
So now we see the first floor kitchen gonna be held by UMBC this time for the start. They're not gonna hook lounge. They don't want to hold that bomb site this time. They just saw themselves kind of take out they just saw themselves take out St. Clair on that hookah lounge 3 times, just absolutely destroying them. But now we're gonna see them hold that kitchen where St. Clair ended off last time, and let's see where the Valkyrie puts this drone this time. And
This is 100%
way better.
BM, dude. This has to
going
be.
to kitchen.
No, just like that's where the Valkyrie drone was every single time from St. Clair. Is this just a usual spot? It's a usual spot.
It's a usual spot, but he kind of put it off to the side. I don't like either of those positions. I just think that's not a good place.
I thought it was just troll. I thought he's literally just trolling. Dom just says, hey, you're going to place your Valcam there. I'm going to place mine a little bit more to the right.
Yeah, a little bit of maybe BM, but I think that might be a typical spot for a Valcam to go. So now we see St. Clair with roof control. They're going to start their drone process. Maybe drone process part 2, we can call it.
Yeah.
As they're going to be trying to get some more information. Rapid playing on that Twitch is going to be rappelling up to the second floor balcony. Going to probably be entering in towards the bedroom and taking that top-down hatch kind of site. Make sure that UMBC doesn't have any roamers on the second floor, which they do. They have the 2 players playing over there, and Rapid trying to spot that out. So now it's going to be his job to work alongside the 3 on the roof to kind of flush them out and take control. 1 minute and 45 seconds left, and St. Clair's turn to attack.
We got to remember that the F2 can absolutely laser someone, and that's the Twitch gun that he's using right now, so we got to watch out for all of that. William going to get a really nice initial frag here. Could build up the morale of the team as we see now Nomad going very aggressive, not just droning out the area and just wanting to absolutely attack this site with incredible ease, but has to be very careful. Got to watch your back, got to watch your front, and be very, very reactionary. As now we see the Buck trying to look for a pick outside of this window, but Agent Turner says, no, I want to get the second pick here of the round onto It's Mac, the main carry here on UMBC. Voice crack, it's all good. As now we see the Mozzie, Aries, the one that ended up getting the ace. Can he try and find any picks? That was 2 voice cracks in a row. What am I doing?
It's okay, I didn't notice either of them.
Really?
Yeah, I think the only reason I noticed them is that you pointed it out. Aries going to be refragging 4 on 3. So now Diffuser is down, and they know that. So Aries going to call that out, ping it off, and there's 3 players now on St. Clair on the second floor. 4 players on the second floor for St. Clair, and Aries is the only one to defend against them. He's got about 10 health maybe to his name, and he's going to be looking for that headshot, but doesn't connect with the shots right away. Ducks down below the balcony, and it looks like he's going to be pinched off by these 2 players. Nice peek from Rapid as he takes him out with the F2. A nice gun to be using indeed, but from the bottom up, Dead Pegasus ripping the head off the shoulders of Imagine. And he ducks down back into the corner of his kitchen and then trying to cook up a storm for St. Clair. So now Dead Pegasus going to go look for the second, does pick up Agent Turner, but trade it off. So double kill for Agent Turner, but Archer's going to take out Impact 1v1 now. And it looks like UMBC is going to be taking that round to the time.
That was not a great attacking round by St. Clair. They started off amazing. They got control of that second floor, completely took it over by getting 2 picks. Their rotation onto the first floor was just not great. You had the IQ literally run into the site with her pistol. She had the possibility of waiting, reloading, entering in, and allowing herself to stay alive, but it wasn't the scenario that happened. Impact, no idea what just happened there. And St. Clair are now on the grasp of losing.
St. Clair has quite the mountain to climb right now. And if they want to climb it, they got to put their shoes on, their mountain climbing shoes, and they got to start right here, right now. It's going to be second floor hookah lounge, second floor billiards room. Those are the bomb sites to hold if you're UMBC, and it's the bomb sites you're going to have to take over if you're St. Clair. And now, if you're looking at when St. Clair was on the defense, UMBC just picked them apart. So maybe St. Clair is going to do the same thing, but maybe they're not comfortable on this bomb site whatsoever. UMBC is probably feeling themselves, though, after those rounds, as they've clutched up non-stop on this match.
They've been going crazy. Even if they are 2 members down, they are really, really good at coming back, and we saw that there in that last round. We're going to maybe see if the same momentum can carry on to this round as they're trying new picks all across the board. We see, or at least the Ella going to be coming through. It's the first time that we actually see this operator being picked, as now all of the drones, all of the setup is going to be going down. Vulcans, we've got the Legion mines, we have the Ella mines, as well as the Jaeger charges. However,
No way! No way! Aries! You're going to go for the run out and disrespect Imagine like that as he takes him down right at the start. St. Clair down a player with 20 seconds into the rounds.
That's not okay. That was not what we wanted to see. It happened in last season. The only time that I remember that happening is last season, where a player was just so overly confident, was able to run out. And Imagine's defense, Buck's recoil is insane. However, you shouldn't allow that to happen.
What was that? You know, Ella in the recent buff, her I think her first half of her clip has absolute no recoil. So she got a little bit of a buff, so she shoots a little bit more of a laser beam from her Scorpion. You really did see it there indeed. Rapid gonna be sitting on top of the balcony. You're looking for the kill into the window, but he just opens up the window and makes sure that it's there for them to look through. Aries getting a double kill into this round. Can somebody stop this guy?
Nope.
Can somebody just stop him?
He's on half HP. He was left on half HP when he faced Imagine one-on-one. Whoever ended up falling, Agent, did not do any damage to that Ella. So it's very, very unfortunate. But now we got to see something come out from St. Clair, man. We got to see some sort of a clutch end up happening as now Impact is going to fall. Rapid now in a 1v5, and UMBC end up closing out that round. Flawless round. Even at that, as the GGs come in the chat, UMBC take this set 2-1, 2-0.
Aries got a quad kill, and to finish off that game. But honestly, after a quad kill like that, he had an ace in one round, a quad kill in the last round, and there's nothing St. Clair can do to stop him. He was just feeling himself.
It was crazy. Throughout that whole entire match, both games were just so much fun to watch. Of course, that second game was a little bit more of a blowout, but we saw just so much amazing play come out of UMBC. Wow. I don't know.
Really, really excited to see more of that team play. That team looked very, very well composed and comfortable with this game. I don't think I've seen a player more comfortable on Coastline than in that game right there. But if we're talking on the side of St. Clair, they got a little bit of a couple notches to work out with. But we saw some genius glimpses from them. We saw when they would work together and they would do it. They would almost look like a powerhouse team that could pull off any win.
Yeah.
But then after they work together, it seems like they go back to their own like solo queue plays.
Yeah, you got to keep morale up on the team. It just comes with communication. It comes with the teammates themselves. How dedicated are you to this squad? I don't know what just happened there on that second map. However, it was a really nice first map that we ended up seeing. You know,
first map was Clubhouse 7-5. You know, UMBC did come out with the win, but St. Clair was so close to pulling it back for a tie. And you got some more analysis to put down on here.
I just wanted to close it out.
Oh yeah,
I
was just about to close it out anyway. You
want to close it out?
Yeah, you know, it's been
Close it out.
been a pleasure to cast week 3 of the CEA. It was myself, Colin Seymour Moore, along with Daniel the Saved One Mena casting for your pleasure. So we hope you stay tuned. We have more Rainbow Six action from the heart of St. Clair. It's going to be CR6 on Friday. Yeah, so stay tuned. 9 p.m. on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, that is, if you guys are watching from a different time zone. So stay tuned for some more Saints action on Twitter. And, yeah, have a nice night, everyone.